Good evening. I'm Princess Jerry Canoli, and with me is Robin Eve, a singer-songwriter from Amityville.
Good evening.
How are you today?
I'm really excited to be here. I'm great.
Good. Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
You created an event invite like 2 months ahead of time.
Oh yeah, because I was excited since then.
Yeah, I'm so happy to have you here. I've heard so much good about you, and I've heard that you're a very, very talented woman.
Thank you very much. It's nice. It's nice to have a good reputation and be able to hold on to it.
All right. So why don't we tell the viewers a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I am a singer-songwriter.
Whoa!
Oh, I'm going to do that too?
Yeah, great.
Volume down.
Volume down on the phone.
Hold that, share. Right. So I grew up in Amityville, so I'm a Long Island girl. And I started playing in Amityville at Village Pub South open mic in 2003. And I met a lot of my good friends that I'm still friends with today then, which was amazing. The music scene just kind of really welcomed me in right away. And so I offer, like we were talking earlier, I officiate weddings. I do photography. I give a lot of unsolicited advice. And
we like unsolicited advice.
Yes, I give a lot of unsolicited advice. And yeah, I love making music myself. I love making music with my music partner, Donnie Vapor. He was on your show. That was a great show.
That guy is amazing. I was like, I got so nervous when I saw him with the air can and the thing in his nose, and I'm like, oh my good Lord. I'm like, Lordy, help me.
What do I do with him?
Like, do you need help carrying stuff? He's like, no, I got it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he looks very fragile. When you just, I kind of see him standing there with the oxygen, and he is badass level expert.
Oh my good Lord.
He's amazing.
And he is an awesome singer. So you guys got to be like super awesome together.
Thank you. You know what? We love what we do, and it shows. That's the best thing that we can tell you. He's been playing and doing this for, decades. And I'm not going to age him or anything, but he's been doing this for decades. And it's just it was a natural pairing, which I don't think either one of us were expecting. And I'm his work wife, and he gets a lot of unsolicited advice.
I have a work wife.
But musically, he's shown me a lot, and he's helped me get my confidence in a lot of ways. So yeah, we feed off each other. It's a good mix.
Yeah, it's always good like that. Okay, so how did you start playing the guitar? Are you self-taught or?
No, I learned. There was a place called The Big House that was in Copeg, and a bunch of our friends lived there, and at any given week, different people lived there. And so it was kind of like a flop house, but with adults, and they were all artists and musicians, and so they were all hanging out playing guitar and listening to music and jamming together, and I was jealous, and I wanted to join in. And my mom had bought me my first guitar when I was 21, and I played it for about 2 weeks, or no, that's probably exaggeration, less than 2 weeks, and it hurt my fingers, and I thought, this sucks, I'm not doing this, and it went in the case. And me wanting to join in with my friends, I had two of my friends, Russell and Michael, and they took turns, and we had formal lessons, which just meant we went into another room, and I had a half an hour with each, and one showed me, put your finger here, do this and that, and the other one showed me old country tunes, because he was from Alabama. And so I learned basic chords and some strumming patterns and stuff from them. And then from jumping right in with the open mic scene, I watch everybody. Anybody can tell you when I go to a show, I'm staring at everybody's fingers while they're playing. I don't want to have a conversation. That's not my time to catch up with anybody. I can catch up in between, but I am there for the music. I'm there for the experience, and I am there also to learn. And I just want to suck it all in. And especially guitarists, but bass players will tell you that, drummers will tell you that, I'm watching everybody's fingers. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see what is it about what they're doing that grabs me, that makes me want to stand there and go, this is really good. You
can pick it up?
No, but I'm trying to. I'm learning. So this year I actually just started taking guitar lessons from Nick Sassano. NickSassano.com. He's a phenomenal guitarist. And it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up, and so I got a couple lessons in with him, and I'm trying to piece it all together.
Wow.
So I will tell you that I'm a singer-songwriter and all of these other crazy things. I will never tell you that I'm a guitarist. I play guitar because I know the difference and I respect the difference. But one day I hope to be a guitarist, and I'm working
Oh,
on it.
right. How about when did you start singing? Early age?
Yeah, we always sang around the house. My mom was a singer and played guitar, and my parents were always into music. We always had music going. And as kids, my mom loved more than anything to go to like the old folks' homes and to perform for them. And so as a family, we would do that. My siblings and I would go, and that was our experience early on. But I didn't really have like performing experience until I was in my early 30s, outside of like high school chorus and band and stuff.
Right. In the bio, I believe it was that mom was a radio show host too.
Yes, she had a children's radio show on
So cool.
WHPC.
Wow. And your dad?
My dad was in television and radio for his whole career. He was the announcer for the Ed Sullivan Show, is the one thing that stands out the most with everybody.
Wow.
And it was interesting because he passed when I was 16. So I knew that he did the Ed Sullivan Show and Strike It Rich and Father Knows Best and some of like the main names that people recognize as shows, But what I didn't think to ask up until the age of 16 was what was his career before that led up to that gig. Now I understand, like, nobody just plays the garden. You have to, put in your time and work the small gigs and get your name out there and stuff like that. So I never thought to ask that. And then after my mother passed in 2012, we inherited his and her stuff. And then I found a box that was all newspaper clippings and stuff of his earlier career that I didn't even know anything about. So that was really neat. So
and what was that all about?
It was, he was the youngest DJ, as far as I know, still, that was on air in Denver. That's where he started out at the age of 16 on WKOV. And, he just knew what he wanted and worked the ropes and went through to WOR and went up and then ended up in television. And, I'm not sure what my path is going to bring, but I definitely have my dad sitting on one shoulder and my mom sitting on another going, are you about done sitting around yet?
Yeah, so why don't you tell
So we'll see
everybody
what happens.
why don't you tell everybody what you do on the side?
What do I do on the side? So I'm budding photographer of nature and architecture and everything that I love and that catches my eye because there's beauty everywhere. And I am also an officiant, and I officiate weddings. They're non-denominational. They can be religious or civil, but I specialize in carving them to just for you. I've had people, especially people with like second marriages or people who are uncomfortable being in front of a large group of people. Everybody's saying, "Oh, you're on display." Well, that can be really freaking scary. And they don't want that. They just want to marry this person, And so they tend to rush through it just so they can get past it. And those are the people that I kind of like connecting with and saying, hey, you know what? We don't have to make this where it's scary, but we can make it more about you and represent where you guys are in your relationship and you as a person and a couple and stuff. So I just like connecting with people, and these are all ways that I can do that.
That is so cool.
Thanks.
How do you feel like, when you're done marrying somebody, do you stay with them for the day or do you
Well, it depends. I've been able to marry family. I married my sister-in-law and brother-in-law. I married my niece and nephew. Obviously, they became niece and nephew after I married them, just not to be creepy. But I realize that came out wrong. That happens. But it's, if I'm working, they don't have to feed me. I don't have to stay.
Right.
It's they're hiring me to do this thing, so I come and I do that thing. But I meet with them first so we can sit and have a conversation and get to know each other a little bit, and they can feel
very
comfortable because it's such an intimate thing. It's my part in all of it is really quick, but you spend so much time on who's your bridesmaid and who's your usher and who's going to
who's
carry the
doing
rings and
this
who's going to
and
read the thing and all this other stuff, and then you just have a stranger standing there making it all final. I try not to be a stranger in a little amount of time that I can, and then we rehearse, so that gives everybody some peace of mind, and the brides love the rehearsal the most because I get to boss everybody around and they have to listen to me for about 10 minutes of you stand here and you stand there, and inevitably they stand there and they go, oh, everybody has to listen to them. That's amazing. because they're
It's
used
unlike
to
your
everybody throwing
children.
their opinions and
Unlike
stuff on them.
children that don't listen and
Yeah.
people at work that don't listen, the usual.
It's everybody. I'm sorry. All your opinions you have to keep to yourselves because we're doing this now, and
Yeah.
and it gives the bride a moment to go. Oh, that was
With-
nice.
With your
So I just love it.
With your photography, have you thought about weddings? Doing weddings?
Yes and no. With weddings, it's interesting. With a wedding, you could get married, and I could officiate your wedding. I could sing as part of the ceremony, and I could take pictures at it. When you really think, and I never really think about it that way, but all of those things could actually happen. But I think there are a lot. If I do weddings, it's not going to be anytime soon because I don't have the experience. I'm really trying to expand on my knowledge. I just invested in a really, really great camera and upgraded from the camera that I have. And I have a lot to learn. I know a lot. I have a good eye. I have a good vision. But I want to have more experience specifically with that before I throw my hat in the ring because I don't want to be the one that breaks a bride and groom's heart when all the pictures are, something happens.
I did it for years.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure and it's a lot of work and I'm not afraid of work, but
Oh, I'm not
I think-
afraid of stepping on the altar when I was told not to and go over the priest's head and get the ring shot.
See, I would probably stage the ring shot after the fact. But I couldn't do that if I was...
It's hard to do it if you're doing video too.
It's very hard to do. So yeah, I think it's not something that I'm gravitating towards now. I'm not ruling it out, but it's not something that I'm into right now.
There's
Right
some
now
good
I love
money
getting
now.
lost in the woods and I love, getting lost in the beauty of buildings and moments and animals and
Isn't
things.
that so much fun?
So
Going into the woods, isn't that a ball?
yes.
I've
Yes.
gotten some good shots in the woods. Oh,
I like all the changes in the seasons because I've really learned to appreciate when things come to life and also when things die off. There is a beauty in all of it if you can see it.
oh yeah.
I can't always see it, so I'm trying to.
Well, sometimes when you have the camera, it makes it a little bit easier. Sometimes you just click at something. It's just like maybe a little shadow out of the side of your eye or something, and you just like click, and then you go back to it later, and it's like, wow, what did I? That's a cool
Oh,
shot.
yeah, I love that.
Yeah, those always come out
Gets me
great.
excited.
So, what is on your list of what you're going to be doing?
Ufa.
Ufa.
Ufa. So there's so much fun stuff that's
Are you
coming up.
Italian with Ufa?
I am part Italian, yes. My mother was half Italian and half Hopi Indian, and my father was half English, half French, and they made me look Irish just to keep everybody guessing.
Oh, I'm all Italian. Who would have thought?
I was getting a tip off.
Yeah.
A little bit. Just
Yeah?
a little. You would
This
also
girl's a
think because
blast.
of how I talk with my hands too.
You got to see this girl's eyes. She's got some piercing eyes. Are
Thank
are
you.
they green?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
There's sometimes green, sometimes blue, sometimes both.
She's got these piercing eyes. I'm like talking to her and I'm like, what freaking color are her damn eyes?
Thank you. They
Yeah.
change, and I never know what it's based on. So
Oh,
I just kind of roll
maybe
with it.
mood. I'm thinking because mine get a little.
Well, this is my
green.
peaceful, happy. I'm hanging out with a cool chick mood, so that's good.
Oh, cool! That's awesome.
So that's a good thing. So stuff that's coming up. I got a lot of really great stuff that's coming up. So
Ta-da,
this
take it over.
this week. So I'm going back into the studio. I just released my second album in July. It's called My Mother's Daughter. It's available everywhere. But if you go to robinevemusic.com, right at the top there's a link that says My Mother's Daughter, and there's a whole page about it. And there is audio, and there's download cards and T-shirts and all kinds of stuff that goes along with it. And all of the lyrics are there because I'm a songwriter first, and I don't want to be misunderstood. So I released my album, and that's been like a whirlwind. I released it on the Knock 'em Dead comedy radio show on Gov's Radio, and it's been so much fun ever since. So I'm trying to get that out there. I am going back in the studio. Now, all of my recording has been with Cosmic Funny Bone Productions in Belmore. He's one of my best friends on the planet, Tony DiStefano, and I recommend anybody work with him. None of my projects would have become what they did without working with him. It's just that simple. And so I was waiting another 7 years, between projects to do another album, and then I decided not to do that. And there's a song that I wrote that's my newest song that people have been kind of connecting with, and so I decided that I'm going to go in and I'm going to record it as a single instead of waiting the decade before my next project. So those of you who are following, you know which song it is, but I'm not necessarily going to say which one because I'm going to do a little bit of a surprise, but I am going in and recording my newest song. So those of you will know that. And I'm also recording vocals. Do you know Tony Barca?
Yeah.
So
Tony's been on my show too.
Okay, so I love Tony Barca, like ridiculous amounts, and I love his songwriting and just everything about him. But there are a few songs of his that I just, as soon as I heard them, I cried. I thought, oh my God, how is what I felt on this time and this time put so eloquently into words and just presented like that? And so I talked to him, and he is letting me record one of his songs.
Oh, wow.
And so I am going to Cosmic Funny Bone for that as well, and I'm covering Tony Barca's song, and that's going to be happening in the next 2 weeks. I am recording with Frank Walker on his album, recording on Friday. I'm joining him with 2 songs on that. Don and I are getting ready. We've got a whole bunch of gigs that are coming up, live gigs, and we have been really focused on hitting the road.
Good.
We want to just spread music and inspiration and joy and make memories and just do it. Just go for it. So we're planning house concerts. So if anybody's watching, we're starting out in the U.S., but our plan is to go overseas.
Your daughter's watching, Sarah Wyatt.
Yay!
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, favorite
How
human.
are you?
I wonder if that means that my husband's watching. I was
Oh.
mentioning about a tag thing on the screen, so I'm going to say hi to both of them just in case. So we want to hit the road, and we're not sure. We're working out right now if we're heading south first or north first, but we're talking Texas and Florida and Pennsylvania and possibly Vermont, Maine.
Well, while the cold months, just go south.
Yeah.
When it gets a little warmer, you can go a little north.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured seasonally, but we want to get out there, and he's got a strong fan base of his own through Donnie Vapor Music.
Yeah.
I have my own fan base of my own stuff, and so with us combined, we have a bunch of people that would like maybe potentially get along really great and get together and have an amazing experience. So that's what we're planning, and we want to hit the road in March, and we've got a whole bunch of gigs around here until then, and I'm going to start writing with Tommy Marr. And I can't.
Tommy is awesome too.
He, again, one of my very favorite people on the planet. He and Janine were my family from the moment I met them because I had known them for ages before that. And
Great people, great.
so
great people.
I mean, it's when I think about me just being a singer-songwriter, doing my thing, and having the opportunity to work with all of these people, it caves my head in. It really does. And I am jumping at all of it. I'm not going to try and change their mind. I'm not going to try and talk them out of it. And the old Robin would have really second-guessed it. It would have said, oh, they're not, they're out of my league. I don't have anything to bring to the table. All of these insecurities that we all fight would have stopped me.
Of course.
And I think primarily from working with Donnie Vapor, but a lot of it is the work that I've been doing on myself and influences from people like Tommy and Zestos and my close friends Jesse and Jen. I'm trusting myself. I'm living in a world of, well, why the hell not?
No, that's the way you have to be. Why not?
And that, well, for somebody who's a control enthusiast like I am, that's a new development, but I'm enjoying it.
All right.
So.
We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment. We're going to try to talk her into playing a couple of tunes for us.
ALJ Service Center, 2100 Belmore Avenue in Belmore. Ray and the crew have an outstanding reputation in the Belmore community, built by hard work, honesty, and professionalism. ALJ specializes in computer diagnostics for today's modern automobiles. Whether it's domestic or foreign, ALJ assures your vehicle is at peak performance when it leaves. ALJ also offers expert restoration and repair on vehicles as well as antique, classic, and muscle cars. Call ALJ for your automotive needs. 516-409-4433. Once again, that number is 516-409-4433.
This is Jerry Ann Casola. She has just finished working on a collection of short stories about the love and joy rescue animals can bring. Each chapter contains a message about how people should and could be kinder to animals. The book is rated G, meaning family friendly. To order Life in the Pits, send $13 to paypal.me/Jerry Ann Casola. Welcome to Tristan Morris Photography. We specialize in weddings, sweet 16s, and events of all kinds. Our highly trained team of photographers and videographers customize each shoot specifically for your event. Large or small, indoors or out, trust Tristan Morris Photography to show you and yours in the best light. Call today for your appointment at 516-541-6000. That's 516-541-6000. And enjoy our website at tristanmorrisphotography.com.
Pit of Our Souls, a nonprofit animal rescue that deals primarily with pit bulls but will never turn away any dog, no matter what breed or size. Their primary focus is not only to rescue and rehome those in need, but to educate and rehabilitate to prevent the cycle from continuing. Pit of Our Souls offers boarding, training, and as much assistance as possible to those in need. Call Pit of Our Souls 516-308-6221 or check out their website www.pitofoursoulsrescue.com.
And we're back with Robin Eve. It is so awesome having you here.
Thank you.
It is just, my energy, she came into the room and I was a little, blah-de-blah-de-blah. And all of a sudden I'm just like, woo, I want to go out and hang out. Man, you got some bouncy energy.
Thank you. That's a new thing. Thank you.
No, that's a good thing. Maybe I'll get some work done in my house. Another bag of clothes to be thrown out.
I will come pick it up from you. So that's a segue. December 21st, Music for Mittens at KJ Farrell's in Belmore. Well done. That was a go team moment.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I know Corinne for a while now.
Oh, she's a wonderful, wonderful woman.
She's a trip.
She has been putting this together. I'm not sure how many years it is now, and I don't want to misspeak.
It's like
but
5 or 7 or something like that.
We'll round up to 8.
Okay.
It's been many years, and they collect anything that's warm. So they're looking for coats or hats and scarves and stuff, but they're not going to turn away anything. And all of the proceeds go to the Long Island Coalition for the Homeless. They are located on Albany Avenue in Amityville. I have toured the facility. Don actually did a segment on his YouTube channel about the facility, and they're incredible. Greta Gorton is the program director, and the work that they do, they work primarily with homeless veterans, but they don't turn away anyone in need. And they have a boutique that they have in there where you go in and you're shopping. Literally, they don't charge anything. If you need clothes, if you need toiletries, if you need dried goods, if you need pots and pans, they're not going to turn you away. They survive completely on donations. So
I wish I put that bag of clothes in because I just threw more jeans with no holes in it. It's a miracle.
It's amazing that people are buying holes with jeans in them, but I'm not going to mom
Yeah.
everybody. I warned them.
It gets cold.
But this is the time where everybody's, oh, I'm not going to wear this again. Oh, I picked up this new cute jacket and all that kind of stuff. So please keep it in mind. Hopefully you can make Music for Mittens. KJ Farrell's December 21st. It's in Belmore. It runs all day into the evening. So many acts.
Yes.
It's really incredible.
I think it started like 11 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
11
goes
or
like
maybe
6.
10:30 this morning, and it goes until this year. So they'll collect all of that stuff, and also regular clothes donations as well. If you can't make it there, go through your closets anyway. Contact the Long Island Coalition for the Homeless. But I really hope to see you on the 21st.
Wow. Well, I'm doing.
You mentioned a bag of clothes. Ta-da!
Yeah, and Corinne's event, Music for Mittens, just got a nice, good push there. I am going to try to make that one. I have tickets for Trans-Siberian Orchestra the night
Oh,
before.
wow. Okay.
That was a major score. Wow. Major score.
Yeah, that's
because
incredible.
I bought the tickets, and the next day I went on, and they bumped up like they're astronomical now. And I'm like, wow, I got those just in time.
Unless you're traveling out of state, I think you can pull off both, but you'll be able to work out your own schedule.
Excited.
That's amazing. That's going to be incredible. That's an incredible show already, and it hasn't even happened yet.
I've been watching them, like, you know, and I work in a monster-sized pharmaceutical warehouse, and one of my pharmacists was cranking it for me.
Nice.
It's like, this is great.
So I have a link. I think it's under Matasavich, but if you look on YouTube and look up the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, the Christmas song, whichever. I have friends of mine, Steve and Dave Matasavich. They're both master guitarists, and they did it all instrumentally as a guitar duo. Just, something to learn. Every year, I'll tell Steve it's not actually my holiday season until I play it, because it's mesmerizing. I'm gonna share it. If I share it, I tag you.
Okay, great.
Because I share it every season, and it's just sunning, and that came from there. So that's gonna be a great show.
Want to share a song with us?
I would love to share a song.
All right.
Sure.
I love when my guests play.
Get up here. So that's unnecessary. All right. So I'm actually going to do one quick song and then one regular song. Because I've been thinking a lot about my own evolution lately, and not in like a self-absorbed, narcissistic way, but
This girl is so cool. I gotta have a drink with her soon.
yeah, we could do that. Thank you. Just in a reflection way, just being, trying to be more aware of myself and how I've grown and in what ways does it serve me and which ways does it not serve me. And so that had me thinking about some earlier music. And so this is the short song, which at the time seemed very long. And this is the first song that I ever wrote. And I was playing around with it today, and I just felt like sharing it because I found it interesting how much it still does mirror who I am today, just a little differently, but it does. And then I have a sassy song because you're feeling sassy today. We're going to play off of that. So
Yeah, I'm feeling it today.
every day when I wake up, I have no idea what is ahead of me, and that ain't right. Too many roadblocks falling from the sky, so hard to think that I would ever survive another day like yesterday. Tomorrow never seems to come, and the days all look the same. I've always hoped, I've always dreamed that my tomorrow would be the day I've been waiting for so long, but they've all become yesterdays. I try to be a good human, always doing what is asked of me. Well, most of the time I don't curse, don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, set maybe from me, but what harm is that? It's my life. You've gotta try, head up, be strong, 'cause all they'll say is insight on how to fix our dwindling lives. So now I know I have to go it alone if my life will become more than have to survive another day like yesterday. Tomorrow's gotta come for me. Let me tell you why. I refuse to see what my life would have become, watching it from the sky, a barefoot below, as memories of those left behind.
Wow.
So that's all my yesterdays, and that's where it all began.
You got some voice there, girlfriend.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I
Amazing.
appreciate that. Excuse me.
It's
So
okay.
if it's okay, I'm going to jump right in. because I'm feeling bold.
She's bold. She's going to do it.
She's just jumping in. Well, I also get to talking too, and I did want to play this. I thought you might like it, and the next thing we know, we'll be done. So, so this is off of my new album, and this is something that I think that we all need to do a little bit more of. And we tend to run ourselves. I'm not saying don't help other people. I'm not saying don't be that person, but I am saying that too often we run ourselves ragged, and we don't leave enough for ourselves.
Oh, like all the donations I did this week, and I have no money left in the bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good.
So what we need to do is sometimes we need to say, okay, all of this stuff over here, that needs to wait because I'm taking a me day.
Yep.
And that's what this is called. I'm taking a me day. It's not some passing mood, I've just had it. And I don't mean to come off rude, I don't have any answers for your mixed up crazy world. Your own fate has to unfurl today, yeah. I'm taking a me day. No, there's nothing you can do. Think I'll stay home, 'cause doing nothing would be new. I never know what's coming at me, from which way, which side, or what. But I know that I've had enough today, yeah. I could play some guitar, lounge around all day. I could garden out back, or rent some play to play. My time is my own. No, you don't get a say, 'cause I told you from the start I'm taking a me day. I'm taking a me day. Sorry, that doesn't include you. Each time that you're around, you're just another shade of blue. I'll help you if I can, but you gotta meet halfway. Oh, but today's just not your day, yeah. I could play some guitar, lounge around all day. I could garden out back, or rent some play to play. My time is my own. Now you don't get a say, 'cause I told you from the start I'm taking a me day. I'm taking a me day. It's not that I don't care, it's that hearing my own voice is something all too rare. The world won't stop or cities fall if I just take some time to maybe make another rhyme today, yeah, yeah. I could play some guitar, lounge around all day. I could garden out back, or rent some pay to play. My time is my own. No, you don't get a say, 'cause I told you from the start I'm taking a me day.
All
Little
right, there it is. I have Joanne Goodman Alexander, which is Russ the Hitman's wife. She wants to know where you can buy this song.
Oh, so thank you so much for asking. So it is downloadable if you search CD Baby and Robin Eve, the number 1. But the album is called My Mother's Daughter. For album copies and stuff, go to robinevemusic.com and click the My Mother's Daughter link. What I decided was with the first album, I was shipping CDs and doing all this stuff from a warehouse out in Seattle. And I'm not doing that.
Let CD Baby do
So with CD Baby, the album is available for download only, but the download cards and the physical CDs with the booklet, with the artwork, with the information about the musicians and all that kind of stuff, I'm shipping everything myself. I became doing business as Robin Eve Music, and so everything is signed by me, everything is shipped by me. You can order through robinevemusic.com, or you can send me a check or money order to Robin Eve Music, P.O. Box 871, Babylon, New York, 11702.
Wow.
I thought, I like sitting and reading everything and the personalization and everything, and nowadays a lot of people download stuff and they're listening to it in their earbuds while they're handling their business and stuff, and the people who are going to want to buy the albums and the booklet are the people that are connected with me in some way or feel like they are, and so why not make it that much more personal? So
Yeah.
I go to my post office, and I have now a good rapport with my postman and women, which is really nice. And
Nice.
so yeah, robinevemusic.com, and you can order everything through Shopify on there, and then it literally comes from me. So
All right. Janine says, hi, guys. Robin Eve is beautiful inside and out. Album is fantastic, and she loves me, too.
thank you
Thanks,
so
Janine.
much.
We love you. That is, wow. So does it just come into your head? Do you get an idea and just dwell on it, or does it just bink?
Sometimes it depends. Sometimes I'm playing around with the guitar and a melody comes into head, but it's usually I'll play around, and then with the melody, what am I thinking at the time? And a lot of the times when I'm writing, I just let the audio record on my phone or the video record on my phone or on the recorder that I have, and I just play and sing. And so I'll listen to it after the fact, and it could all be garbage. That was me, sorry. It could all be garbage. It could, that's not fair. None of it's garbage. Let me retrace that. None of it's garbage. It needed to come out in some way. Some of it is usable for other things. Some of it I let go of. Some of it I go, oh yeah, let's work with that, But it's usually something that I'm thinking about, or I'm inspired by. And that's part of why I'm trying to get out and notice life more and pay attention to the things around me. Because inevitably one thing inspires the next, and it's going to positively affect everything, including my songwriting.
Yeah. And your singing and songwriting is absolutely beautiful.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be back, and then we'll chat a little bit and roll out.
ALJ Service Center, 2100 Belmore Avenue in Belmore. Ray and the crew have an outstanding reputation in the Belmore community, built by hard work, honesty, and professionalism. ALJ specializes in computer diagnostics for today's modern automobiles. Whether it's domestic or foreign, ALJ assures your vehicle is at peak performance when it leaves. ALJ also offers expert restoration and repair on vehicles as well as antique, classic, and muscle cars. Call ALJ for your automotive needs. 516-409-4433. Once again, that number is 516-409-4433.
This is Jerry Ann Casola. She has just finished working on a collection of short stories about the love and joy rescue animals can bring. Each chapter contains a message about how people should and could be kinder to animals. The book is rated G, meaning family friendly. To order Life in the Pits, send $13 to paypal.me/JerryAnn Casola. Welcome to Tristan Morris Photography. We specialize in weddings, sweet 16s, and events of all kinds. Our highly trained team of photographers and videographers customize each shoot specifically for your event. Large or small, Indoors or out, trust Tristan Morris Photography to show you and yours in the best light. Call today for your appointment at 516-541-6000. That's 516-541-6000. And enjoy our website at tristanmorrisphotography.com.
Pit of Our Souls, a nonprofit animal rescue that deals primarily with pit bulls but will never turn away any dog, no matter what breed or size. Their primary focus is not only to rescue and rehome those in need, but to educate and rehabilitate to prevent the cycle from continuing. Pit of Our Souls offers boarding, training, and as much assistance as possible to those in need. Call Pit of Our Souls 516-308-6221 or check out their website www.pitofoursoulsrescue.com.
All right, and we are back. So, let's go over one more time where we combine music. Actually, let's start with what shows you have coming up.
Okay, so shows, I'll try to directly answer it instead of segueing to 17 minutes of talking. Okay, so next up is December 12th. So that is a week from this Thursday. I'm going to be the guest on Morning Vapors, which is Donnie Vapor Music's weekly morning show at the Kim's Cafe in Selden. And it goes from 10:30 in the morning until 12, and you can come over and have breakfast with us, and we do a live feed through that, and that's a lot of fun. So 12:12 in Selden, 12:15 is our first gig of the season at the Huntington Indoor Farmers Market. We're going to be there once a month. We loved the farmers market scene. We loved the people, the food, the wares, everything. So it's going to be taking place. It's a new location. It's at the high school in Huntington. I do have the information on Robin Eve Music on Facebook. And
I live like right over there, and I'm like,
oh, it's wonderful. In the summertime, there are farmers markets. They're
It's
like every other
outside.
town. But in the wintertime, there are like 2 or 3 on the island, and that's it because they're inside.
Yeah.
And so this is one of the bigger ones. And so we're going to be doing live music there once a month, December, January, February, March.
that is so cool. And
We're
it's
so
right by
excited.
my house.
Yeah. We're so excited. You come over, get like some scones, have some coffee. And so there, we already talked about Music for Mittens on the 21st. Govs Radio, I had mentioned earlier. Knock 'em Dead Comedies, who I released my album with. We're going to be back on there December 18th. And we've got a private party coming up in New York, and that's one thing that I want to mention with holidays coming up and so forth. You can totally have us as part of your present for your special people. And not in a creepy, weird way, in a musical way. Just to clarify, because people misquote me. But we've been doing a bunch of private parties, and we did birthday parties, and this is a holiday party that we were booked for from somebody who had attended one of our shows, and so we're going to the city for it. So if you're interested in Don and I coming and entertaining your party, we promise we're going to bring the fun. You can see Donnie Vapor Music, Robin Eve Music, County Line Road Music. All 3 of those get to us, and Don actually answers messages. Just throw that in there.
Well, somebody has to
He's the
answer
brains
them.
in the operation.
Somebody has to actually answer the mail, you know?
I know that was a lot of info. We've got a bunch of shows coming up. I'm actually updating the calendar in the next 2 days, but we're booked now through the end of March. So check out our calendars on there. Or Robin Eve Music has the CD, has T-shirts, has swag, has info, has videos, and it has a calendar, which is updated.
Swag.
How funny is that?
Swag is like cool.
I love when somebody shows up in like a Robin Eve shirt or something. I'm
Yeah.
like, who am I right now? And that's Robin Eve
It's
swag.
like
It makes me
swag. It's like Tommy Marr is watching. Hi, Tommy.
my soul
and John
family.
Sirianni is watching too. Amazing. Thank
guys.
you guys for tuning in.
Thank
I
you for
really
tuning in.
appreciate it. All right.
I think Tommy's ears were ringing. I was talking about you earlier and us writing together.
How does your husband feel about you going out and about? He's a big supporter and everything?
He always has been. Sure, he'd have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, I met him at the VP South Open Mic that I started my whole career in 2003.
Wow.
And he walked in. He was a long hair, and he was singing like Ronnie James Dio a cappella. and we were like, what the hell just happened? And then we became friends for a while, and then one thing led to another, and ta-da.
Bang, you married.
So he's very much he supports me doing
That's great.
everything that I do.
It's good to have backup.
Yeah, it's very important. Absolutely, absolutely. I have a lot of freedoms which a lot of people don't have, and there's trust based on that, and I'm lucky.
Yeah.
So I'm pursuing a lot of different dreams at once with support. So,
That's great.
Yeah,
You got to
very cool.
hit those dreams. It's important because, you might, later on in life, you might not have that opportunity to do it. So
oh yeah, and I've
get it
already
while you
wasted a
go.
hell of a lot of time. I'm not doing that anymore.
Right?
Right?
I hear you.
When you look back and you're like, oh, it wasn't wasted. Oh yeah, it was. And especially on things that I would not spend my time on today. So,
Exactly.
You know what? You know better? Do better. I'm working on
It
it.
was like I went down, it was 3 years ago. I went down to Florida. I put out a book. I had surgery. I did everything that I had to do. And when I came back, starting in April, I'm doing my show. That was 3 years ago, April 1st. That's right. It's
I
like,
love it. I love it.
as my son, not my son, my housemate's kid, you got a knuckle punch and then he goes, I'm like, okay.
I like the enthusiasm. I do.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to make my daughter do that.
Anything else going on?
Anything else going on?
No, maybe. Any cool weddings coming up?
I can tell you about cool weddings that I've done. I think one of the coolest was a pirate-themed wedding. That was awesome.
Oh, that had to be really
That
awesome.
was actually the wedding of my co-producer and my recording engineer, Tony, and his beautiful wench, Laura. That's the only time I would ever call a woman a wench, but he did.
Well, I used to be
And
the
it
tavern
was
wench.
so fun. It was. I had a tavern wench costume on. That's what I married them in. That was amazing.
Oh,
and
good
probably,
Lord.
I'm fairly certain will not happen again. But it doesn't have to because it did already.
You never know what's gonna happen.
But it was
That had
amazing.
to
I
be-
had 3 costume changes. Their invitations were, and I make it all about me. It was their wedding, but their invitations was you had to come super casual or dressed as a pirate. And if you were going to come in a suit, they were going to confiscate your tie. If you came in a gown, you were going to be asked to disrobe. Literally in the invitation. So I showed up, and my first costume was I was in like cut-off shorts and not Daisy Dukes, but like denim shorts, and a Vote for Pedro T-shirt and pigtails because I was like, I am not getting dressed up. I'm out. I'm in super casual mode.
Yeah.
And then they thought that it was amazing that because I have the title of chaplain, that I would be willing to dress as Charlie Chaplin. So shortly before the vows, they did everything was staged through the whole thing, and they said, "Is there a chaplain in the house?" And then I came running in as Charlie Chaplin.
Nice.
And then I had about 3.5 minutes to switch into the pirate wench, tavern wench person, and that's
yeah.
what I married them in. And some of the people came, like there was the dead Pirate Roberts. Then there was the Dread Pirate Roberts and the Dead Pirate Roberts. That was a father and son team. It just had a lot of fun with it. So
Yeah.
that's the pirate theme. Believe it or not, I had mentioned I like to make things very personal. When it comes to weddings, I had nothing to do with that planning at all. They said, "Hey, would you mind dressing up as Charlie Chaplin? Would you be willing to wear a pirate thing?"
No, not at
So
all.
I can interject
You
some
could've robbed
creative
my
opinions, and I
closet.
can also roll with whatever you guys want to do as well.
And
So
you could have robbed my closet because I got wearing pirate pants now.
I am loving this whole thing, and I told you already, I love the top.
Oh, my top came from Japan, from an ex. Yeah, I got some interesting things that I unearth every so often. And since I'm in the unearthing mode and getting things ready to go to somewhere else,
Long Island Coalition for the Homeless in Amityville. Yes.
I will get in touch with you for that bag of clothes.
Awesome.
I'll be back down here next week. I'll just throw it in my truck tonight.
I'm going to start collecting from everybody. You'll see it on Facebook. So, yes.
It is, wow.
I'm nothing if I'm not subtle. So.
Yeah. No, that's good.
I love when I find things like that that either I forgot about or equal relief. When I find something that there's a chance it fits. Yay.
a chance.
Right. Or I say, oh, I loved that. I forgot all about it because it fell off the hanger and it's been in the back of the closet for 6 years or something like that. But I also love when I come across something that I had held on to for reasons that maybe didn't serve me. and I was ready to get rid of it. And that's my kind of purging that
Like
I
those
enjoy.
size 3
you know?
pants that I have in my closet.
I don't even think I wore those in middle school.
I think it's time for them to go.
You know
I
what?
think I'll ever be a 3 again.
You know what? I
Why
happen
am I
to.
whispering?
I don't. Because we don't talk about weight. You know what? I would say keep like 1 or 2 of your very favorite things, but absolutely donate the rest, because if you ever get to the point where you get to a drastic size different than where you are, you're going to want to celebrate and go out and get yourself a pair of pants or get yourself a top or something like that. But more, it helps, at least in my mind, in my experience. I've gone from size 22, 24 to 12 and up in between for most of my adult life. And why was that so easy? Because in my closet was size 12 to 24. So if something got tighter, let's just grab something that's looser and so forth. And I think it messes with your mind a little bit sometimes, or it can. So to me, I think getting rid of all of that stuff that kind of haunts you, makes it a little easier to embrace who you are today. Do I wish I was this or that or different or whatever? Sure I do. Am I going to change that right this second? No, I can't.
It's not
Have
gonna
I spent enough time hating myself already? Yes, I have. So I'm going to wear something awesome. It makes me feel good.
I just went for the,
know?
I'll stand up and show them. This is from Japan.
It looks so cozy and cool.
It's just like, it's pure silk and it's heavy.
I went for all black, much to the chagrin of my daughter.
All right, Robin, one more time, where can we find your music?
RobinEveMusic.com and cdbaby.com. Search My Mother's Daughter, and you can also download it on iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, and all of your major digital sites. I have 2 albums out there. Remembrance was my debut album that came out in 2011. My Mother's Daughter is my second album that came out in July.
Awesome.
Thank you.
It was great having you.
It was so great being here. Thank you so much.
Great. Wow. This girl is so awesome. Her energy is amazing. But we are out of time, and I'll see you guys next week. Have a great week.
Thanks for tuning in.
ALJ Service Center, 2100 Belmore Avenue in Belmore. Ray and the crew have an outstanding reputation in the Belmore community, built by hard work, honesty, and professionalism. ALJ specializes in computer diagnostics for today's modern automobiles. Whether it's domestic or foreign, ALJ assures your vehicle is at peak performance when it leaves. ALJ also offers expert restoration and repair on vehicles, as well as antique, classic, and muscle cars. Call ALJ for your automotive needs. 516-409-4433. Once again, that number is 516-409-4433.